Hello there. I'm Mad Mike. For those just joining me, welcome. For those joining me again, welcome back. So today, I'm going to be talking about Jaws. Jaws. No, I mean Jaws. No, I mean Snowbeast. Damn it! Alright, so to better understand what I'm talking about, let's talk Jaws. In 1975, a little film called Jaws came out, directed by Steven Spielberg and based off the novel of the same name written by Peter Benchley. It's a film about an island under siege from a great white shark, and it's up to an eccentric fisherman, a shark expert, and the island sheriff to kill it and keep the town safe. Pretty simple film, yet one we see almost everywhere. Why, you ask? Oh, no special reason. Only that Jaws is what really sparked the media craze known as the summer blockbuster. The trend of a summer blockbuster refers to big-name movies that come out during the summertime, a time of year where most audiences will go to the movies due to being on vacation and having a lot of time on their hands. And Jaws is often credited for starting the sensation. Of course, when you make a name for yourself, you can expect people going to be riding your coattails. And this movie is no exception. Directed by Herb Wallerstein in 1977, Snowbeast was a made-for-television movie about a Yeti terrorizing a ski resort in the Colorado mountains. While the idea isn't bad, especially since it's the literal polar opposite of Jaws in terms of setting, the execution is insanely poor and very sloppy. And it doesn't even try to hide the fact that it's totally ripping off Jaws at points. So you know what? I think it's time to get into this movie and see how to not rip off Jaws. This is Snowbeast. Let's review. So our film begins and... Okay, I'll give it credit. I'm glad it doesn't waste too much time giving us our monster. Also, it really shouldn't break branches like that unless necessary. It's not good for the trees. As the opening credits roll, we get a montage of two women skiing. However, one of them thinks something is wrong.
Hey, Jennifer! Look at these! Some joker. Snowshoes from some mail-order novelty house.
Either that or the crew just stuck their hands in the snow. Well, doesn't matter, because our monster then shows up and grabs one of the girls while the other skis away.
Run away! Run away! Run away!
We then go to the main lodge, which is currently hosting its winter carnival. The lodge is owned by Carrie Rill, played by Sylvia Sidney, who seems to be doing her best Joan Rivers impersonation.
But you hot doggers will be judged on grace and originality, not on your audacity.
Oh, my friends, oh, my grandson, he is so gorgeous. They want him in a diaper ad as a turd.
Trouble begins a brewing when a rescue team comes and asks for aid. Carrie's grandson, Tony, played by Robert Logan, goes to investigate, and we meet up with the girl who escaped the monster earlier, Heidi, played by Annie McEnroe. And she got so scared, she lost her accent. No, seriously, listen to her talk now compared to earlier in the movie.
And it's got Jennifer, and all anybody's doing around here is staring at me like I'm crazy.
Nope.
Hey, Jennifer, let's go back. Don't ask me to. Please, I can't. Because there's something funny.
Tony and the rescue team decide to start looking. And here's something you're gonna notice about this movie. A good chunk of it is just people skiing. I wish I was exaggerating about this. I mean, I get it. They're in the Rocky Mountains at a ski resort, but you shouldn't fill your runtime with people showing off their skiing skills. It's like having a monster moving in an airport and most of the runtime is just filled with people getting on and off planes and going to baggage claim. Nobody wants to see that. Tony comes across the shredded remains of the girl's jacket, as well as something else in the distance. Ooh, at least I think there's something else in the distance. Hold on. Come on, closer, closer, closer. Oh! Hey! There it is! Oh, it's just so far away and poorly shot, you can't see it! Tony returns to discuss the incident with his grandma, who seems very hesitant on the idea of a snow monster being out there.
This wasn't an animal. And it wasn't human either.
Well, this is not a boat accident. There wasn't any propeller. It wasn't any coral reef. And it wasn't Jack the Ripper.
Tony, we need this carnival. It's what keeps the tourists coming here all year round. The whole town needs it.
I know all that.
This resort is a winter town. We need winter dollars. Ooh. 2 Jaws references in a row this early in the movie? That's not a good sign. Also at the resort is Tony's old friends, former Olympic skier Gar Seberg, played by Bo Svensson, and his wife and Tony's ex, Ellen, played by Yvette Mimieux. I hope I'm saying that right. Gar is hoping to get a job at the resort, and Tony happily hires him. Except we don't know what he hires him for, or what Gar even applied to. Hell, I'm not even sure if Gar applied to any single position. Anyway, Tony tells one of the rescuers to block off the area where he found the girl's jacket. Our rescue man ignores this, however, and decides to go looking for the girl himself. Yeah, nice job, you idiots. Not only are you being stupid skiing alone in a mountain, you're also skiing alone in a horror movie. You're practically ringing the dinner bell. Also, oh joy, more footage as someone skiing.
You klutz!
The rescuer falls down and is now hanging on a cliff that wasn't there before. And isn't really that much of a cliff. I think the worst that will happen is he tumbles a bit.
Just stand up!
Our monster then does the most horrible thing you can do in a horror movie. Kills off someone with a commercial break! Ah! We then come back to a family visiting a barn, where it seems our first victim is being hidden. But we can't worry about that right now. We need to get back to Tony and Ellen reconnecting. Ooh, and I mean reconnecting.
I've been having a lot of fantasies about you for the last year.
Fantasies about me? Good or bad?
Not bad.
Buddy, that's either a flattering response or a red flag. Be cautious here. Ellen also reveals that Gar hasn't been on a ski since his days as an Olympic star. Let's hope that doesn't diminish whatever job Tony has Gar doing. Also, Ellen is beginning to fall out of love with Gar and hopes to get some comfort from Tony. Oh boy, does she ever.
You need to have someone say he loves you. And I do, you know. I always have.
Easy there, Tiger. Gar could be watching. Oh, shit, he actually is. It's fine, though. Gar just gives him a gentle warning.
Don't be personal with my wife!
They then decide to go for a dip in the hot tub as Tony explains that he wants to go and hunt down the creature he saw in the mountains, and is hoping that Gar will help him. Gar at first refuses because Ellen, who is a reporter, has done stories on cryptids and Bigfoot, and claims that the creatures are strange but overall benevolent. Oh, by the way, this creature is referred to as a Bigfoot or a Bigfoot that lives in the mountains. It's never referred to as a Yeti. I don't know why this is, because it's not like the word Yeti was a recent discovery back then. They could have just called it that. Gar begins to agree with the idea when Tony reveals that he suspects that the Bigfoot attacked the girl from the beginning. A police officer then shows up looking for Tony, wanting him to meet the sheriff at the barn we saw earlier. Ellen overhears this and, with her reporting instincts kicking in, goes off to investigate as well. And you know what that means? More skiing. Yay. As Ellen follows the monster's footprints, Tony and Gar arrive to meet with Sheriff Paraday, played by Clint Walker. They go to see the body, and Tony recognizes the girl from her clothing, despite the fact that she no longer has a face. The sheriff questions how he knows this.
We spread out in different directions, Cole.
But you came together again.
That's right.
So why didn't you show them the jacket?
What?
Sorry, Sheriff. I was just thinking about how I was going to bang Ellen later. I figured Gar would be okay with it. While the sheriff is skeptical about the existence of the Snowbeast, he does agree that the 3 of them should go out early tomorrow and look around. If the creature is out there, they'll shoot it on sight. They can't tonight, though. This is the night where the lodge crowns the Snow Queen. They even rented a high school gym for the occasion.
Oh, Betty Joe, smile.
Hey, don't be scared. The Yeti couldn't afford a ticket in time to the show and just wanted to have a good seat. Unfortunately, our Snow Queen's mother runs into the monster, but instead of, backing away or getting out of the car, she just stays there and lets herself be killed.
Help! Help! George, get out of the car! I can't! Help! How do I... Did you...
Now, it should of course be a tragedy that our Snow Queen's mother was so brutally killed. Except for the fact that the mother literally only showed up for that one scene, so we really have no emotional attachment to her whatsoever.
What a mess.
How are we gonna write this one up?
Ooh, I know. Say it was a shark attack. After this, Scar returns home to find his wife has not returned from skiing. Thinking she is in danger, he decides to man up and get back on his skis for the first time in years. Which means we get another long scene of someone skiing. Though this time, it's at day for night. Ooh, wait, people might not know what that means. Let me explain. So, there is an effect that has been used in movies, most common in the 60s and 70s, that makes a scene shot during the day darker, trying to make it look more like the scene is taking place at night. Many moviegoers and critics have nicknamed this phenomena day for night. Though often this kind of shot isn't very credible, especially if you also have the sun in the same shot. Gar eventually finds Ellen hiding in the barn we saw earlier. Why she didn't just go back to the resort is anyone's guess. It's also anyone's guess why they decide to spend the night there instead of going back. It's not like either one of them is injured, you both can find your way back. Also, I don't think it's the best idea to start a campfire in a wooden barn. So, somehow they stay the night and not burn alive, but our Snowbeast comes and tries to get them. Whoa, wait a minute. Was that a shadow? Oh my god, it was! Oh my god. Okay, look, I know it blends into the background, but why would you put a wall by your window? The creature runs off when it hears Tony and the sheriff coming. After some time, the sheriff returns and reveals that he bagged a bear, believing it to be the real thing that was attacking everyone.
Are you that sure that it was the wrong thing?
Well, I don't know, but it seems to me that the best way to find out is to cut it open and see what's inside.
Hey, stop that movie. I'm the only one who gets to make the Jaws references here. After talking with the sheriff about their suspicions and what happened at the barn, they managed to convince him to do what they talked about earlier, go out and kill it on their own.
And you can count on me, Sheriff.
What you're saying is you want us to go up there, just the two of us, and destroy this thing.
That's right.
Just the three of us.
Just the four of us.
You have my sword. And you have my bow.
And my axe.
So our four heroes headed to the mountains to try and find the Yeti, who comes and gently takes off their ski rack. The Fiend! They rest there overnight, and the next morning are attacked by the Yeti, who seems to have taken the evening to stacking some Lincoln logs, which are somehow powerful enough to knock over the trailer, yet light enough to move with just one person.
That doesn't make sense.
After the Yeti off-screens the sheriff to death, our heroes go back and manage to retrieve a pistol. Gar goes on ahead while Tony and Ellen search for more weapons. Gar catches up with the creature and... oof. I think the abominable snow monster from Rankin Bass's Rudolph was more convincing. No, Gar! You were supposed to stab the monster, not the cameraman! That will give you credit, though. At least you didn't blow the monster up. Don't want to be too much like Jaws. The monster then stumbles down the not-so-steep hill we saw earlier, and that's where it ends. We just cut to the credits and that's it. So that was Snowbeast. Not only was it a ripoff of Jaws, it was a terrible ripoff of Jaws. I mean, it wasn't a scene-for-scene ripoff, but the general idea is all there. Not that there's anything wrong with using the Jaws formula, but you need to make the rest of the movie your own, and this movie does not do that. Plus, it's filled with subpar acting, plot holes, and way too many scenes of people just skiing. Honestly, you'd be better off caught in an avalanche than watching this movie. Thank you for joining me on this review. Until the next film, farewell.